Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, it is a really windy day in Idaho today. I was just out on the edge of the Snake River Canyon flying the Mini 3 Pro. Didn't know it was going to be this windy, or I would have brought some different drones with me. But I do have the little Autel Evo Nano Plus. And I am kind of further in away from the edge of the canyon, and I'm in an area here. I'll get out of the way. You can see open fields in front of me. There's some cattle out there. So that's probably a good place to test the wind resistance of this little drone. UAV forecast is saying 18 mile an hour sustained with 30 mile an hour gusts. Now those gusts are higher than level 5. Level 5 wind resistance is, I think, is 24, 25 miles an hour. So it's a little bit above what they say this guy will do, the gusts are, but the sustained is not. So I figured this is a safe place that I can try it out. It's just an open field, so if I have to bring it down low or whatever, there's, I can do it. There's no power lines or anything in the way here. So, hey, let's just test this guy out and let's just see how well it does in the wind. And if we can, we'll go out there and we'll check out those cattle off in the distance. This will just be a short flight just to see how this little guy does. I know they've done some improvements in the firmware to help it cope with the wind better. What better way to try it out? This is the real deal. Initially, I wasn't going to fly it today because of the wind, but I thought, you know what? This is a chance to see just how it'll do. So that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, the drone is saying that it's ready to go. Let's look at the safety menu. Yeah, max altitude at 120 meters. Return to home height is set at 36, so we're good to go there. It's not asking for any calibrations, and we're going to leave it in auto. I'm going to take off before I start video here, so hopefully we'll get some good high-def video out of this guy. So let's do an auto takeoff and see how it does. Hopefully you can see that on the Action 2 camera. And there, you can see it's kind of, the wind is definitely pushing it around a little bit. Let's turn it around here, and you can see that little guy it's kicking around in the wind. Although I'm not getting any wind warnings, but what the heck, we're in standard mode. So boy, look at it kick around in the wind. Reverse and up now, reverse and up. And it's funny, you see the drone kind of stabilize when you give it stick inputs. I mean, I think it copes better when it's moving than when it's just trying to hover. So let's grab some altitude. It's doing okay. We're not getting any wind warnings or anything, and I'm looking at the drone off in the distance there. It looks to me like it's holding its place in space just fine, and we just had a big gust of wind come up, so we'll see. Let's head out here towards these where these cattle are at and get a look. And it's kind of with the wind now, I believe, here, so it's going. Man, it's really moving right along. I didn't see the speed there. I kind of let off the stick because it kind of startled me. Let's grab some more altitude. Full stick forward, and I can tell by the attitude indicator, yeah, and it's kicking on up. Yeah, 10 meters per second. That's the top speed of this drone in normal mode. So we're doing fine. Just for a test, let's turn it around and point it back towards us, and let's see how we do speed-wise. Wow, I don't know if you're going to see it on the Action 2 camera, but on the highway here, a beautiful 69 Mach 1 Mustang, blue Mach 1 Mustang just went by. I doubt if the Action 2 camera got that. I would have pointed it that way if I... And speaking of the Action 2 camera, it just got blown over there. So, it's still recording though. Yeah, I mean, this wind is just insane. I'm going to set the Action 2 camera down here for a couple minutes. It's not going to be recording much of anything because I don't want it to blow over. That tells you how windy it is. But anyway, let's Let's go full stick forward this direction. Look at how the attitude indicator, how far the drone is leaned over. Yeah, and we're coming back at a much slower speed. Look at that. 4 meters per second. So it's definitely fighting the wind and it's pushing it sideways. 87% battery. Well, if we're going to go look at those cattle, we better do it while we got battery power to do it. So there we are right over there. Yeah, I don't know. It's coming back to us. Well, it's barely coming back to us. Yeah, it's struggling to fight the wind. Yeah, we're bringing it down here. Yeah, look at that. 1 meter per second. It is barely making any headway. Let's kick it into ludicrous mode and see if that makes a difference. Confirm. Whoops, yeah, we're in ludicrous mode. Okay, kick her forward. Yeah, that helped. That allows it to pitch more. Okay, I feel better now. Yeah, we're up to 5 meters per second. So if you're going to be in the wind, it looks like this ludicrous mode is where you want to be, because we weren't making any progress in standard mode. So I'm gonna risk it again and see if we can get out here towards these cattle. And look at how fast we're going now. I mean, it is when it's got the wind at its back, it really goes. Okay, well, we're gonna risk taking a quick look at the cattle there. And we're not going to go over the top of them, but we're just going to kind of circle around here. Looks like they're all pretty much getting a little rest. I'm sure they dump. Yeah, I can't tell on my FPV screen, but I'm sure they're just dumping hay out there for them. Yep, that's the way it's done in the western United States. Okay, let's see if we can bring this guy back. Bringing her back to us. And hey, it's doing all right. Shoot. Well, now that I point it kind of directly back to us, and it's moving the drone sideways, which is kind of interesting. I'm having to correct that sideways movement with the sticks. And in fact, yeah, it was really going, the wind was really kind of blowing it sideways. So this is directly into the wind, 4 meters per second. Yeah, and I think I got a wind warning there. I didn't see that exactly. Yeah, warning it's given us, yeah. So I'm sure that's a wind warning. We'll just push it on back here. We're not going to, I'm going to feel a lot better when we get it closer to us. And then we'll, by the time we get it back, I'll check the battery power, and if we still got plenty of battery, we'll go the other side. But you know, as opposed to the Mini 3 Pro that I just flew in higher winds than this, because it's able to pitch farther, it is much more capable in these windy conditions. But I'll be honest with you, I'm pleased with this right now. I wouldn't, you know, if it was any windier than it is right now, you wouldn't be flying this drone. I wouldn't anyway. And in fact, I had reservations about flying it here today, but because it's coping so well in ludicrous mode, yeah, it's worth doing. Okay, so you know what? One of the things that we can do, we're still at 62% battery, because we'll be able to come back with the wind. I'm going to take the drone down the, yeah, there we're getting that wind warning. Let's drop some altitude and see if that helps us a little bit. Yeah, and boy, that practically brought us to a stop there. It's 3 meters per second. It's not moving very fast. Yeah, boy, that really, you know, it's really punching into the wind now. Yeah, well, now we're back up to 4 meters per second. But we're still over 50% battery, so I'm going to take you just a little ways down this road. And I can hear the drone above us here, off to the side of us. And it is, boy, it is punching through the wind, man. So this road that you're looking at right here is the road, and then I'm just watching the drone in the air. It is barely making any headway. Now it speeds up, slows down and speeds up, and it's tilted forward pretty good. Now we got some speed out of it. But this is the road that I went down to go to the edge of the canyon, and I'm comfortable doing this because, and now the wind kind of let up here. On our way back, and I'm grabbing some altitude to make sure I'm above these power lines. On our way back here, we'll have the wind with us, so I'm not worried about getting the drone back. And we're still at 57% battery, so we're good. 38 meters high, so we got plenty of height there. And I mean, you just look, it is really working hard to punch into the wind. And you know, as it flew by us here, I was watching the drone. It was really pitched over. So this is the road. When I was flying the Mini 3 a few minutes ago, this is where I drove to go down to the edge of the canyon. And we'll get a look at that. And boy, it's, yeah, we're making some headway, I guess. And I had a obstacle avoidance warning, 42% battery. Yeah, I'm not going to mess around here too much longer, folks. We'll turn around and bring this guy back because I want to make sure we got plenty of power to get the drone back in here and land it. But yeah, okay, we're doing okay here. So this is where I was set up just a few minutes ago, and I flew the Mini 3 right from the edge of the canyon here. So yeah, boy, it speeds up and slows down. I mean, it definitely hits some pockets of wind. So that's where I was on the edge. I'm just wondering if I dare go over the edge of the canyon. So yeah, let's just take a, oh boy, yeah, that blew the, you could see it blow the gimbal around there. Yeah, discretion is the better part of valor. Let's turn around and bring this guy back. And we should have the wind with us on the way back here, so we should be good to go. And look at it speed up. Holy cow. Yeah. Yeah. I probably could have lingered out there a little longer, but boy, look at how much faster it's coming back. We're almost up to 15 meters per second. Yep. Okie dokie. Let's and boy, look at the attitude indicator. Look at how far the drone is tilted over. Holy cow. Let's put it into an automated return to home. I'm going to go back into regular mode, normal mode, standard mode, and I'm going to hit return to home on the controller. And let's see how it copes with coming back and landing. And I'm going to see if I can get the GoPro or the Action 2 camera set back up here to see the landing, I hope. Hopefully it'll, we won't blow it over again. Yeah, and it drones, you know, because it's with the wind, it's almost back to us, so it'll be coming down here. Yeah, okay. I'm going to, I'm holding the camera up so you can see it. I may need to move it over here a little bit. Yeah, I don't know, we'll probably be okay. Looking into the sun here for a second, and it'll pick up the camera as it gets down. We're in a good spot for it to land. Oh boy, as it gets down low, big gust of wind came up. Oh man. Boom, safe on the ground. Let me get everything shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay guys, the camera keeps trying to blow over here and I realize we're a little crooked. I've got it sitting on the hood of my pickup, is why that is. So crooked horizon on the action too. However, the little Nano Plus, hey, it did pretty darn good, I thought. Yeah, I mean, is it as powerful as the Mini 3 Pro? No, but it coped with some really powerful winds here. And at worst, you know, it slowed down. I had to put it into ludicrous mode, I guess, off of standard mode to get it to really pitch forward enough to cope with the wind. But it did. You know, I mean, it slowed down a couple times down to a couple meters per second. And I wish I could have shown you a video of the drone as it was flying by me in the air. When a gust of wind came up, it was pitched forward. And then it'd slow down, but then as soon as the wind calmed down a little bit, boy, it would surge on forward. So, you know what? I wouldn't, listen, normally you would never fly this drone on a day like today, but I wanted to test it and see how it did. And you know what? I think it did just fine. So I'm gonna tell you that this is impressive today. So I guess that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the scenery. We got to look at some cattle out there. And I did get you over to the edge of the canyon a little bit, or right to the edge of the canyon. So yeah, that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I really appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we will see you on the next one. Bye now.